Prayer is power. When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Pray. 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 Prayer is power. Prayer is power. What are you going to do? Pray. 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 When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. 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 Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Pray. Prayer is power. When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. What are you going to do? Pray. Pray. Pray.
A very warm welcome to everyone. Thank you for joining us today on Dr. Pillai's Religion of Religions YouTube channel. We're about to do a live program for Planetary Pooja for Tuesday, September 20th, 2022, using the chart of now based on my location, which is here right now in New Mexico. My name is Swamini Valli. I am a Pillai Center teacher and an AstroVed astrologer, and I'm very happy to be hosting this program Monday through Friday each week on this channel. Excuse me. Dr. Pillai has said that the planets and stars are more than just objects in outer space. There is a divine light being associated with all of them. And as we do this puja, we are honoring these light beings and inviting their positive blessings to flow into us and also into our world. We're using the South Indian style chart. There is a link below the video for a tutorial about the South Indian style chart if you're unfamiliar with the layout. Whoops, I missed the little stop button there. Each of these 12 boxes on the chart represents a particular zodiac sign. And I have drawn this chart in chalk on a little chalkboard on a side table. I also have a lit tea light. I have a bell. I have a hand fan. And I also have a bowl with fresh flower petals that I'm going to use during the puja. Dr. Pillai has said the names of all of these divine beings is a quantum sound or a mantra. And even just hearing these sounds or saying these sounds is something that helps us to go into a higher state of awareness. So whether you're participating actively with the puja or whether you're just listening to it and doing something more mundane in the background, folding your laundry or whatever, that's all very fine and very welcome, as these sounds have a good influence on all of us. I'll use the flower petals. Flowers have a particular esoteric property because they're so pure. When we hold them, when we're doing a mantra or a prayer, they take the vibration of that right into the causal plane or into the Akash and update our own Akashic records. So I will hold the flower petals as we do the mantra sound, and on the phrase Namaha, I will place them on the blackboard in the appropriate place in the chart. I also have a little container of water, and I start the puja with first dipping my ring finger into the little container of water and sprinkling a few drops of water on each side of the chart, the blackboard that has the chart on it, creating a pure space for the puja. I sprinkle a few drops of water on top of myself to purify me. And I send a few drops of water out into space towards all of you, whether you're watching it live or watching it later on the replay, so that everyone is participating in the puja with a sense of being in sacred ground or sacred space for the duration of the puja. Next, we honor Ganesha, the archetype who removes obstacles. Om Sring Gang, Om Sring Gang, Om Sring Gang. We ask Ganesha to come and to remove all obstacles from this puja, and we thank him for his help with this. Next, we do a short Tamil chant, asking all of the planets to be beneficial towards us. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atiyar Arvar Kumikave. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atiyar Arvar Kumikave. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atiyar Arvar Kumikave. We ask all of the planets to be beneficial today towards us and towards our world. We thank Saint Gnanasamundar for teaching this chant, and we are grateful to Dr. Pillai for sharing it with us. Now, we turn our attention to the elements of the day. We're going to honor the planet that rules the day, the star that the moon is in at the moment, the Tithi or the moon phase, the planet that rules the hour. We'll also honor the yoga and the Karana time elements. We first start with the planet that rules the day. Today is Tuesday, ruled by Mars. I'll put the flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Next, we honor the star that the moon is in at the moment. The star is Purnavasu, one that has energies for being freedom-loving. We put the flower petals on top of the moon. Om Purnavasaye Namaha. Om Purnavasaye Namaha. Om Purnavasaye Namaha. Purnavasu's star is ruled by Aditi, a goddess who is an amazing goddess, and she's also mother to many of the other archetypes, including our own sun, which is why sometimes he's called Aditya, because he's the son of Aditi. We honor her, and I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Aditye Namaha. Excuse me, that's too soon for that part of it. We're moving on to honoring the Tithi, the moon phase, which is the 11th waning moon right now in my area, Ekadasi. I put the flower petals on the moon. For the moon phase, Dr. Pillai said we would use the Sanskrit name and the word Devi after it, which is invoking the light being associated with that moon phase. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Ekadasi Devye Namaha. Om Ekadasi Devye Namaha. Om Ekadasi Devye Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules the hour, which in this area is Mercury. I put the flower petals on Mercury. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Now we honor the yoga and the Karana. Dr. Pillai said for these, we would not use flower petals. We would just say their names 3 times each. The yoga right now is Pariga, which has energies of obstruction. Pariga, Pariga, Pariga. And the Karana that is active right now is one called Vishti, which has energies of being inefficient. Vishti, Vishti, Vishti. So for me, when I hear that combination, obstruction and inefficient, I'm thinking maybe after the puja, I'll just do something mundane, like do the grocery shopping or something a little less, important for me, not try to do an important call or an important email, that type of thing. Okay, now that we've honored the time elements of the day, we're going to go to the chart of the moment. Dr. Pillai said we would always start with whatever sign is the ascendant sign in the local area, and that's the sign coming up on the eastern horizon. Right now, that's represented here with the AC, and in my local area, that's coming up in Kanya or Virgo. So we'll start here, and he said we would always honor the planet that rules the ascendant sign. So Virgo is ruled by Mercury. I honor Mercury and put the flower petals on him for being the ascendant ruler. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Then, starting with the ascendant sign, we're going to honor the planets as they're in the different signs going in a clockwise direction around the chart, starting with the ascendant. Today, in the ascendant, we have the sun and we also have Mercury, who is retrograde. They're both in the same star, so we're going to honor both of these planets before we invoke their star. I start with the sun and put the flower petals on him. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Now we honor Mercury for being in Virgo. He's retrograde, which means he's extra powerful. He rules this sign, so he's happy to be here. And he's also considered to be exalted in this sign, so he's very comfortable. We honor him. I put the flower petals on him. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. The sun and Mercury are in a star called Uttara Phalguni. This is a star with relationship energies, and in fact, when Shiva and Parvati had their marriage ceremony performed, that was the star that the moon was in for their marriage as well. We honor this star that has relationship energy. Om Uttara Phalgunaye Namaha. Om Uttara Phalgunaye Namaha. Om Uttara Phalgunaye Namaha. Uttara Phalguni star is ruled by Aryaman. He rules contracts, integrity, keeping one's word. He helps us to have a sense of honor. Honor is when there is a line we just don't cross. We invoke Aryaman, and I put the flower petals across the sun and Mercury. Om Aryamanye Namaha. Om Aryamanye Namaha. Om Aryamanye Namaha. Uttara Phalguni star is ruled by the sun. We honor the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Kanya or Virgo, the most detail-oriented of all the zodiac signs, a zodiac sign with energies for analysis and organization. Today containing the sun, which is our soul, and also a planet important for our health, and Mercury, planet of communication, a planet in charge of all forms of buying and selling, a planet that helps us with numbers, and also a planet that helps with a good sense of humor. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. Going in a clockwise direction, the next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Tula or Libra, which today contains Ketu. We honor Ketu. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Ketu is in a star called Vishaka, a star that can give blessings for victory and triumph. We honor this star, and I put the flower petals on top of Ketu. Om Vishakaye Namaha. Om Vishakaye Namaha. Om Vishakaye Namaha. Vishaka star is ruled by a pair of archetypes, Indra and Agni. Indra gives blessings for leadership and courage, and Agni can give blessings for transformation and purification. We honor both of them, and I put the flower petals on Ketu. Om Indra Agniye Namaha. Om Indra Agniye Namaha. Om Indra Agniye Namaha. Vishaka star is ruled by Jupiter. We honor Jupiter, and I put the flower petals on him. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Libra, which is Venus. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Tula or Libra, a sign of balance and fairness and harmony, today containing Ketu, sometimes called the saintly planet. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. Reflections for some people may involve seeing something. For some people, it might mean feeling something. And for some people, it might mean understanding something. And all of these are valid modes of perception. Now, the next Rasi or sign going in a clockwise direction with planets in it is Makara or Capricorn, which today contains Pluto, who is retrograde, and Saturn, who is also retrograde. Again, when planets are retrograde, they are extra powerful. We honor Pluto, and with him we use the mantra Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Pluto is in a star called Uttarashada, a star that can give blessings for long-lasting success. We honor this star, and I put the flower petals on Pluto. Om Uttarashadaye Namaha. Om Uttarashadaye Namaha. Om Uttarashadaye Namaha. Uttarashada star is ruled by the 10 Visvadevas, each of whom represents a particular unique, divine, universal principle. We honor all 10 of them, and I put the flower petals on Pluto. Om Visvadevasyes Namaha. Om Visvadevasyes Namaha. Om Visvadevasyes Namaha. Uttarashada star is ruled by the sun. I put the flower petals on the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Next, we honor Saturn, who is retrograde, for being in Capricorn. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Saturn is in a star called Dhanishta, a star symbolized as a drum. This is a star that can give blessings for prosperity, music, and good reputation. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Danishtaye Namaha. Om Danishtaye Namaha. Om Danishtaye Namaha. Danish, the star, is ruled by the 8 Vasus, 8 light beings who each rule a different sphere of existence. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Vasusye Namaha. Om Vasusye Namaha. Om Vasusye Namaha. Danish, the star, is ruled by Mars. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Capricorn, which is Saturn. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Makara, or Capricorn, a sign that can activate ancient past life skills and abilities, today containing Pluto, a planet that helps with rationality and science, and Saturn, a planet that can help us with patience, organization, perseverance, and compassion. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with a planet in it is Kumbha, or Aquarius, which today contains Neptune. Neptune is also retrograde. For him, we use the mantra Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. I put the flower petals on Neptune. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Neptune is in the star called Purva Bhadrapada, a star that can help with blessings for purification and also energize Kundalini, the fire of Kundalini within us. We honor Purva Bhadrapada. I put the flower petals on Neptune. Om Purva Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purva Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purva Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Purva Bhadrapada star is ruled by an archetype called Aja Ekapada. He can help us to experience deeper levels of silence and stillness, and also forgiveness. We honor him, and I put the flower petals on Neptune. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Purva Bhadrapada star is ruled by Jupiter. We honor Jupiter, and I put the flower petals on him. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Jupiter, a planet that can give blessings for increase, is sitting in a star called Uttara Bhadrapada. Dr. Pillai says this is a star that can give blessings for business development. We honor this star, and I put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Uttara Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Uttara Bhadrapada star is ruled by an archetype called Arbundya. This is an archetype who especially can help with guarding treasures and valuables. We ask him for blessings to guard our treasures and valuables, including the treasure for all of us that is the earth itself. We honor him, and I put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Arbundyaye Namaha. Om Arbundyaye Namaha. Om Arbundyaye Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Uttara Bhadrapada, which is Saturn. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Pisces, which is Jupiter. Again, I put flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Meena or Pisces, today containing Jupiter retrograde. Meena or Pisces is the zodiac sign with the most metaphysical and transcendental energies. And Jupiter is a planet that helps us with everything related to spirituality, also is a planet that can help with wealth, and also helps with everything related to banking and legal matters. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi sign with the planet in it is Misha or Aries, which today contains Rahu and also Uranus, who is retrograde. Rahu and Uranus are both in the same star, so we're going to honor both of these planets and then invoke the star. We start with Rahu. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Next, we invoke Uranus, and for him we use the mantra Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Rahu and Uranus are both in a star called Bharani, a star with a tremendous amount of divine feminine Shakti or energy or power. We honor this star, and I put the flower petals across Rahu and Uranus. Om Bharaniye Namaha. Om Bharaniye Namaha. Om Bharaniye Namaha. Bharani star is ruled by Yama. Among other things, he's an archetype of justice. Om Yamaye Namaha. Om Yamaye Namaha. Om Yamaye Namaha. Bharani star is ruled by Venus. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Aries, which is Mars. I put the flower petals on him. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Misha or Aries, a fire sign with very active energies, today containing Rahu, planet that helps us to make friends with new technologies, and Uranus, a planet of intelligence and innovation, and a planet that can help us with astrology. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi sign with the planet in it is Vrishabha or Taurus, which today contains Mars. We honor Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Mars is in Rohini, a star of beauty. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Rohinihe Namaha. Om Rohinihe Namaha. Om Rohinihe Namaha. Rohini's star is ruled by Brahma, an archetype of creation and creativity. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Brahmaye Namaha. Om Brahmaye Namaha. Om Brahmaye Namaha. Rohini star is ruled by Mars. Excuse me, it's ruled by the moon. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Taurus, which is Venus. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Vrishabha or Taurus, a grounded, earthy sign and a luxury-loving sign, today containing Mars, a planet that likes to take practical action to solve problems, and also a planet of passion. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with a planet in it is Karkata or Cancer, which today contains the moon. We honor the moon. I put the flower petals on him. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. The moon right now is in Purnavasu, a star with energies that are very freedom-loving. We honor this star. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Purnuvasaye Namaha. Om Purnuvasaye Namaha. Om Purnuvasaye Namaha. Purnuvasu's star is ruled by Aditi. Now we honor Aditi, this beautiful divine goddess who is mother to many of the gods, including our own sun. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Aditye Namaha. Om Aditye Namaha. Om Aditye Namaha. Purnavasu's star is ruled by Jupiter. We honor Jupiter, and I put more flower petals on him. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Cancer, which is the moon himself. Again, we honor the moon, and I put more flower petals on him. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Karkata or Cancer, the most emotionally sensitive of all the zodiac signs, today containing the moon, which is our mind and our emotions. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Simha or Leo, which today contains Venus. We honor Venus, and I put the flower petals on him. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Venus is in a star called Purva Palguni. This is also a star with relationship energies. It is said that Shiva and Parvati began their marriage procession when the moon was in Purva Palguni, and the actual marriage ceremony itself happened when the moon was in Uttara Phalguni. So Purva Phalguni also has a lot of energy for relationship. Venus has energy, of course, for love, relationship, sexuality. Purva Phalguni is also a star said to be good for rest and relaxation. We honor this star, and I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya, Om Purva Phalgunaye Namaha. Om Purva Phalgunaye Namaha. Om Purva Phalgunaye Namaha. Purva Phalguni star is ruled by Bhagya, an archetype who gives blessings for good fortune. Om Bhagyaye Namaha. Om Bhagyaye Namaha. Om Bhagyaye Namaha. Purva Phalguni star is ruled by Venus. Again, we invoke Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Simha or Leo is ruled by the sun. We honor the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Simha or Leo, a sign of power and leadership and energies for dealing with things of power like the government. Today containing Venus, who is sometimes called the diplomat. Venus has energies for happiness and enjoyment of material plane comforts. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. Now, I take a lit tea light and I hold it above the blackboard that has the chart and all these little piles of flower petals. And I'm going to pass it above the chart in the air 3 times in a clockwise direction, offering the element of light to all of these divine beings that we have just invoked. Next, I take a hand fan and I'm going to gently wave it around the chart 3 times, offering the element of air and also a cooling breeze. And now I take a bell to offer the element of sound. And now I make prayer hands and make sincere prayer to all of these divine beings that we have just invoked, asking them for their positive blessings to flow into the lives of all of us and into our world. I ask them to bless us, our families, our friends, our colleagues, our neighbors, our communities, our countries, and indeed the entire planet. May everyone on this planet have healthy food to eat, clean water to drink, clean air to breathe, a safe place to live, good clothes to wear, access to health care, good education, sustainable jobs, and may everyone on the planet have love in their life, now and always. I pray for enlightened leaders, enlightened citizens, enlightened laws, enlightened countries, and entire enlightened civilizations. I ask that blessings flow into all of my teachers, past, present, and to come. And I ask for blessings to flow into all of my students, past, present, and to come. And I make a bow. You can continue to make your own prayers in silence for about a minute, and then we can do short Q&A. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Peace to the body, peace to the mind, peace to the soul, peace to the environment. Peace, peace, peace. May we all go about our day or our evening in peace. Thank you all so much for joining us. I truly appreciate your participation and your support. Right now, we have time for people to post a few questions in chat if you have them, and I'll try my best to answer them. And a very warm welcome to everyone being here, whether you post in the chat or not. Your presence is deeply appreciated for the group energy of being together in prayer. So I see people saying thank you. It's my pleasure to do these calls. I'm very, very happy to be doing them. Not seeing any questions at the moment in the chat, which is fine. You don't have to have a question every day. And just checking again. Okay, looks like no questions for today. I want to be respectful to your time. So I'll go ahead and let this session close out for today. See you, hopefully many of you tomorrow. We're doing this every Monday through Friday right now on this channel. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in you. May light encompass all.